What this is foretelling me is that a person is coming into you, like, guys' lives from your past. It's someone that you've crossed paths with before. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your August 2019 reading. I am Princess India. If you are new, welcome. If you're family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to be looking at you as well as a person of interest. Congratulations on having the highest views. I think the last time I checked, Aquarius is right behind y'all. Y'all had like 18K views. So I hope your love life is doing wonderful since the end of July and things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards. So as I said, we're going to be looking at you guys as well as a person of interest, seeing the energies that are going on between you. And let me close my phone now because this is going to be an ordeal. I already know. Go ahead and close that. Okay. We're going to use the romance angels to get the energy between the two of you. And then, of course, we're going into the dice of resonance. And then in the extended, we're going to be looking at how your person thinks and feels about you. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear, indirect guidance for my Taurians for the month of August. Please, Spirit, anything they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that come to the forefront in this here reading. And as always, I thank you in advance, Spirit, because I know you're good for it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Taurus. Woo. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your love life. Well, goddamn son of a gun. I don't know what to say about that. Yes, I do. But anyway, moving right along. This isn't my reading. It's yours. Let's see what's going on between the two of you. So when I say like a person from your past is returning to your life, it doesn't necessarily have to be an ex. You know? It could be someone that you've known for 15 years. That's always been in your life and you've always known, but one day you just look at them and you're like, hey. But again, this isn't my reading. Moving right along, let's look at our Taurians. So someone from your past could be coming back. It could be an ex, not necessarily saying that it is, you know, so don't get freaked out. But it could be someone, like I said, it could be someone you went to kindergarten with. It could be someone that you went to middle school with. It could be someone you worked with in the past, someone you went to college with. It doesn't matter. Taurus, you know what I'm saying? Anything's possible, you know? Our pasts are vast. I was looking for a good metaphor there, couldn't come up with one. So we're going to get into you guys' individual cards. Here we go, Taurus. I'm using my after tarot that I haven't used in decades. It really hasn't been decades. And 3 cards fall out. So we have the Page of Cups. We have the 4 of Wands. And the 6 of Pentacles. Let me find out that we have another good reading. Okay, because this is just miraculous. You understand? But anyway, so we have an offer that's on the table. And God, this is insane. An offer, this is going to be very redundant. An offer that offers you, because I couldn't think of another word to say, stability. You know, potentially marriage, but we're not going to go that far because y'all are just reconciling. So we're not going to talk marriage yet. A little too early for that. But anyway, but there's reciprocity in this offer. There's going to be a give and take in this offer. Something that I can say for sure has lacked mega big time in Taurus readings over the course of this last year and a half. You know what I'm saying? But it could be a Pisces person. Whoa. Wow. And then we have the 10 of Swords. So this is into a cycle. So you guys, let me tell you something. You know how I always give these little tidbits about transits and timelines and shifts and things of the sort that are happening, like in the ethers and how that manifests into the 3D realm and all that good stuff. This is yet another one of those things. You know, I'm not the type of person that's going to blow smoke up your ass, Taurus. But with this 10 of Swords coming out, especially in this deck, I love it. Because you have all of these swords, but he's holding on to one, right? This is like the baby death card to me. So it's a transition. It's a shift in how things have maneuvered for you guys. And it's very similar to what I said in that Twin Flame video of how I said, like, usually good girls like bad boys, but now things are shifting to where good girls like good boys. That's very much the energy that I'm feeling with this. It's almost like getting your just due in a sense. And why this is important with this 10 of Swords being here is the cycle that is closed out in you guys' life there's so many valuable lessons that one would need to know, because it's almost like having, and I've said this before too, having like the cheat codes to life, right? So it's like every like really jacked up, horrible thing that you've gone through for however long prior to this, there's so much that you can learn from those experiences. It's so much you can learn from that pain, right? But taking out those lessons and applying it to your life now, it's almost like past tense. It felt like there was a sense of resistance, almost as if like the universe was working against you, or you were like on a hamster wheel. No matter how hard you worked or how much time, energy, and effort you put into partnerships, things just never seemed to bear fruit, right? The return never really matched your investment. But what I'm seeing heavily with this Ten of Swords is that that is an epic shift that's happening, you know? So I feel like for you guys who have not done this self-reflection that we were supposed to be doing during Cancer season, now is a good time to really self-evaluate. And I mean, I accidentally did that. But what was that, for the new moon? I was just sitting in my yard like chilling, you know what I'm saying, being an earth sign, looking up at the sky and stuff, and it hit me all at once just how much I had been through in my life. Now granted, these are things I'm consciously aware of, things I've processed and integrated, but it's all at once. It hit me and it's like, dude, you've been through all of this stuff, but you're still here, right? So I feel that there's more or less like a pat on the back time that Taurus needs to have. I do feel like a little bit of not reluctance, not anxiousness. I got to speak in tarot, like 9 of Wands kind of energy. So it's like a defensiveness that I feel a little bit, because it's almost like going through so much stuff for so long that when things start going right, you kind of can't believe it, and you're more or less waiting for the other shoe to drop, you know? But I feel like whoever this person is that's coming into you guys' lives, now that Mercury retrograde is, well, it's not over. We're in post-shadow phase, but now that Mercury's direct. Anyway. But I feel like now with this person coming into you guys' life now, I feel like it's perfect timing. Ooh, what's this? Whew! Page of Wands. So it's you guys making the decision to go confidently in the direction of what it is that serves your highest good. Anything that you guys have, any residual energies from your past, because I'm looking at these 3 cards here. This is like a foretelling of what's to come, right? Some of you may have met this person because you know all of our lives are different, but this is foretelling what's to come, right? So it's not going to say that this person's going to come make you an offer, y'all going to be married tomorrow, because we just not about that life. You know, we need a little bit more time than that. You understand? But anywho, what this is foretelling me is that a person is coming into you like guys' lives from your past, right? It does not have to be an ex. It's someone that you've crossed paths with before. And I stress that when I say that. You know, like I said, it could be someone who like sat next to you in kindergarten, you know? And y'all end up realizing like, oh my gosh, you went to that elementary school, me too. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that this person is going to make you an offer that's going to be worth it. It's something stable. It's something secure. It's something that has longevity. It's something that really matches up with what it is that you guys have been desiring. But right now, and I felt this very similar with Leo as well, you guys are in a transitional phase, right? So this is more or less like higher energy that's in the ethers that's trickling down into 3D to manifest for you. With the Page of Wands and with the Ten of Swords, it's telling me what your responsibility is. Your responsibility is from here on out to set your mind on how we used to think about things, how we used to approach things. That season is over, right? So we no longer live in this energy where we invest into things and we don't get a return. That's not the life we're living anymore, right? And it may sound kind of kooky, but it's literally just setting that in your mind, is just planting a seed to have this to start to grow and, well, manifest what it is that you're trying to get to physically, if that makes sense, right? The next thing that you do in a spiritual sense of how it is that you're directing your energy is only directing it towards things that are serving your highest good. So no longer entertaining things, putting time, energy, and effort into things that aren't serving your highest good. So that's more or less giving you like a blueprint on how to co-create with the universe. I want to pull one more card. Ha! What did I just say? Manifestation. Need I say more? No, I need not say more. Yeah, man, self-mastery and manifestation. So this, in essence, is giving you guys a blueprint. This is kind of like a replay, a little bit more in-depth replay of, this is a new old person. Yeah. I don't feel no type of energy of this being, I mean, it could be. Like, the only way that this could be is if this is a couple that's reconciled already, and this is fairly new. But like I said, this is you guys calling in your soulmate. And I'm not saying that this person's literally a soulmate. I mean, they could be, but you guys are manifesting this. So it's more or less you guys standing in your power and standing in your frequency and your energy, and it's drawing someone in that's more suitable for you. You feel me? But anyway, moving right along. On to your person of interest. How many minutes are we at? 10? I'm doing good. Pat on the back. I deserve it. Moving on. All right. Person of interest for Taurus, please, Spirit. How I've missed you after tarot. Whoop. Interesting. So we have the Seven of Swords. Come on! I better not get a copyright strike for that. Dang it, XXX Tentacion. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So we have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the King of Swords. This is interesting, because I literally was thinking about that card earlier today. With the King of Swords, when I look at this situationally, the King of Swords is mental power, right? It's mental power that can manifest a life-altering experience, right? It's pretty much someone who's so in tune that they're waiting on divine timing to make that step, say the word, do an action that completely alters the course of things. Now, I can tell you about your person, okay? They got some stuff that's going on, right? I always say with the Seven of Swords, what you skip will trip you up later. I feel heavily that your person is in a sense of dissension, like they're in two places because they left something behind prematurely without tying up loose ends, right? So it's more or less, and I'm going to use a scenario. This is not literally what's happening. So let's say hypothetically, you and this person cross paths, right? And say 3 months before meeting you, they ghosted someone, right? Man, I could really go that far, but it's illustrative. I'm not saying this is happening in anyone's life, but just so you understand what it is that I'm seeing here, okay? So don't nobody freak out. So this is like if your person was dating someone, ghosted them 3 months before they met you, then you guys meet and you're all like you are on Doreen Virtue's card and things of the sort. You know what I'm saying? Singing love songs to each other and whatnot. And then after you guys are like starting to fall for each other, the person that they ghosted 3 months ago comes back and says that they're pregnant. Now, I'm not saying this is happening to anyone, but it's like that's the energy that I feel. Not saying that that's literally happening, but the energy and I feel the energy that I'm feeling in the sense of unfinished business. Right? So what you skip will trip you up later. That's what I'm feeling for them. So I feel with this person, and you may or may not know that this is going on, but it's going on. It's not that severe. I mean, for some of y'all it's not. But it's things that they've left unfinished that coming in, it's kind of like baggage, I guess you would say. You know? But looking at the King of Swords next to this, I would like to say that I feel like this person is going to handle this. And this is where it gets kind of sticky. Because I felt this in I felt this in Leo's reading. I don't necessarily think y'all are dealing with a Leo, but it's a similar kind of circumstance. I was talking with Leo about how Leo was saying, oh, I'm fine, but it was this whole thing that was going on underneath it all. Right? And the person was confused because they were misinterpreting Leo's actions because they were saying one thing, but their actions kind of contradicted what they were saying. But in the reverse, I feel you guys would kind of be looking at this person like this because it's like, I feel Taurus would be looking at this person where you may see this, but you're sensing this and you're not really knowing what that's about. But I'm telling you what that's about is unfinished business, you know? Because this feels kind of sporadic to me. I don't really feel like this is something, and just watch against that too. Because this feels like something hella sporadic to me. But it's like, and I mean, I'm saying this to Taurus. I don't really feel like Taurus has this problem. But it's like, I don't really think y'all would move quickly in a relationship. Because that's usually, we don't rock like that. You know, I need to understand who you are, what this is that you're doing. But I'm just saying that as a forewarning because, you know, when you cross paths with a person, there's always those beginning stages where the two of you had lives prior to crossing paths. And there has to be a time within the dating period where you kind of start to weed people out, block people and things of the sort. And that's kind of like what I'm feeling with them. So for some of you, it could be picking up on the Seven of Swords energy. But just to reassure you, it's them tying up loose ends. It's stuff that they've left undone that would need to be done in order for this to manifest into anything. So that's why it's so important for you guys to take your time and not jump into anything too quickly. You feel me? But anyway. Whoa, what is that? Ah, Five of Swords. Yeah, your person is very much in their head. I feel like it's almost like, I feel there's like a battle plan. I don't know what they involved in. But it's y'all, this person might have a lot of baggage. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, snap. Can I pick up the cards? We got the Page of Pentacles. See, okay. That's not too bad. So the thing with your person is, like I said, it's a lot of this unfinished business that they're dealing with. And the reason why I'm feeling it like a battle plan is because I don't know what kind of stuff they're mixed up in. I don't think it's anything illegal or nothing like that, but, or, you know, whatever. I don't know. You know, it's not my business. But anyway, but whatever it is that they're dealing with, they feel it's their issue to deal with, but battle plan comes in the fact, if you think of like when you go to war, you know, it's like an art form, so it's very strategic and things have to be done at a certain time. And it's kind of like, I heard Eddie Murphy say this about telling jokes, but this is appropriate for what I'm saying here, that telling a joke is like jumping through a train on a motorcycle. It's like you have one shot and it's like if you move too quick or you move too slow, it's like you're dead, right? This is kind of what I'm feeling. So I feel this person is aware because they feel this feels very air sign to me. And this feels very air sign moon to me, to be honest, because this is all inner world stuff that I'm seeing. So they could be an air sign moon, but I mean, it could be sun, it could be rising, but I heavily feel moon here. But the thing is that this person is trying to weigh their options because they're waiting for that perfect opportunity. So for some of them, it can be slightly divine timing. Others, it's like, I need to tie up these loose ends in this particular order to protect everyone that's involved. So what I feel for your person is a great deal of stress, but yet again, you may not know that all of this is happening. And you know, I like to be illustrative. So y'all are probably seeing this, but behind it is all of this that's going on, you know, that they're trying to take care of without you knowing. But the purpose for them doing all of this is because there's a desire to make an offer, to grow something, to plant that seed for this to end up maturing into something, right? Now, if I pull from you guys' energy, the thing, and I like this because take a gander at this. So these are you guys' cards, right? There's an offer of stability and reciprocity. I like the fact that there's the Page of Cups and then there's the Page of Coins, because this is something that's not only emotionally fulfilling, but it's also very practical. Although I feel that Taurians have more of an emotional connection, with this person is being more practical about things, you know what I mean? But still in all, that's a great balance because, you know, earth and water together is a good combination. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. I love when I see two court cards. This very well, because, you know, Queen of Pentacles is Taurus. So this person could be an air sign person. I don't know why I feel Aquarius. But then with the Magician, we have Aries over here. But it's more or less everything that's being done is for you. I can say that confidently. This is a very strange liaison period to be in, but I can honestly tell you, Taurus, that this is being done for you, because the desire is ultimately to make you an offer, but the advice that I can give you is to focus on yourself. It's like, you don't want to get off track of what it is that you were doing prior to, or tuning into this too much. And I know that that's difficult, because seeing how this Queen of Pentacles is positioned, I really don't doubt that y'all are vibing on something. It's like you're focused on yourself, but focusing on yourself tunes you more into your intuition, you know? But like, I don't know why I feel like I keep needing to say this, that what this person is doing, they're doing it for you. What did I say? Didn't I say that they had 9 of Wands energy somewhere? I feel like that's what's happening here. But I feel it on both ends, though. I think with this person, it's a lot of loose ends that they are trying to tie up. Because the desire is to make an offer to Taurus without screwing this up, right? But then with the 9 of Wands energy, I really want to pull another card on this, because I don't know if this is like an X or something that I'm seeing here. But it probably is, because they're trying to tie up loose ends. And who you going to be tying up loose ends with? Y'all, you know what? I can tell you something else. I feel, yeah. This isn't a third party situation, Taurus. It's not a third party situation. It's just my attention is being brought to this mental conflict. Because with this King of Swords, like I said, with that being a life-altering decision, I honestly feel for your person, this is a life-altering decision. Like, I feel that with this, there's no goesies, backsies. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where once this decision, like, you can't unring the bell. You know? Like, it's a done deal. Like, it's finished. Kaput. You know? Like, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So I feel that's where this person is kind of like in this heavy mental space. The desire is to be with you, but then there's still fear with that, because I think it's like a reluctance of this decision being so grave. So I don't know. I don't want to go as far as to say that this person is married, because I don't see anything here that says that. And I'm not, like, I want to tell you flat out, just because the 7 of Swords is here, I don't feel that this person is like sneaky, cheating, lying. I don't feel that. But it's some type of tie. And me looking at these pages, it could be kids. Because if I look at this differently, on Taurus' side, they have, wow, that could be an Aries kid. We have the Page of Wands and the Magician. And then we have the Page of Cups. So on Taurus's end, it could be a water fire kid. It could be just a fire kid. It could just be a water kid. On your person's end, it with the Page of Pentacles. Whoa. Yeah, that could be an ex-wife and a kid. Very much so. Or a baby mama or baby daddy and a kid. So just to kind of open up that scenario a little bit. So if it's issues that y'all are having because of children, you know, like custody stuff or, you know, exes kind of stuff, because now this is spreading into 2 different scenarios for me. The beginning is still the same with this person being in a mental space. Gosh, and I hope it wouldn't be as bad as like a person using a kid for leverage. Like, say if you're dating this person and the issue and the conflict is stemming from like an ex-wife or ex-husband, baby mama, baby daddy that's using a kid as leverage, and the thing that's really causing this conflict with this person is the fear of like losing access to their kid because of this situation, or the person fearing what played out with this ex-person playing out with you. So it's needing to be very careful on how we're moving forward with this partnership because of what's been experienced in the past. For a small number of you, it could even be like an OG couple that's reconciling. and it's fearing the past recreating itself again. It's a lot of different scenarios that I see with this. So it can either be two people who knew each other past tense that are coming back together. I mean, not like back together, but are like reconnecting. And just, you know, two single people, and you got a person who ghosted or is trying to tie up loose ends. Like maybe they was like a playboy or something like that, and they trying to get all the little chicks back in whatever, I don't know, a row. I don't know. Anyway, so it could be that. It could be two people who are like divorced, or two people who have children that are crossing paths, and it being issues more on the person of interest side with their situation with kids, but it's still the desire to want to make an offer with this, but it's just trying to figure out how to kind of like finesse the situation that they're in. You know what I mean? But it feels like a hold up for me, though. It feels like a hold up for me. And whenever stuff kind of shows up like that, where I can't, like, I see what's happening, but I'm not getting specifics, that's just not my business, you know? But the thing that's important is I feel like this person is like trying to be hella approachable face, but behind it all, I feel like they're dealing with a lot. But the thing is, I don't get the vibe that the person is sneaky, cheating, lying type of deal. I just feel like this relationship is fairly new. And I feel that it's like a, you know, tying up loose end type of thing. Trying to finish up unfinished business. But to be quite honest, Taurus, I'm giving y'all all of this like insight and stuff, but looking at y'all side, like if I completely take out what's going on with them, y'all seem unbothered to me, to be quite honest. It's almost like I'm aware that there's a connection with this person and that this could be something, but it's like with these cards I'm seeing, it's like you're more concerned with what it is that you're manifesting and coming into the awareness that you have the power to do so. So it's knowing that things are ending, going in the direction of what you want. So I feel that at any point in time, if this ever stopped being what you want, I really don't think it makes a difference one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I see. You know? But your person, they just have a lot going on over here. In the extended, I'm gonna look at how they think and feel about you. I really don't feel like I should pry into this too much, but a part of me kind of wants to. Just because this is so like walking a tightrope for me. I don't get the sense that this is bad, but it's like I feel like it could turn out bad because, you know, sometimes when we like try to finesse stuff like that, we think it's for the highest good of everyone, but it ends up kind of like backfiring. So it's like I want to look more into that, because if there is anything that's kind of red flaggy in that, I would want you guys to know that. So I'm gonna look at that in the extended as well as how they think and feel about you. And then for my my people who have not crossed a person's path yet, we're gonna do the initial cards, the description cards, and try to get, you know, more information on who this person may be. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and toss the dice of resonance. If you have a yes or no question, go ahead and ask that now. What's not told with pepper? So we have Virgo, we have Scorpio, we have the X. Some of y'all is the X, I'm just saying. And then we have yes, and then Venus. So that could be Taurus or Libra, because you know Venus is the ruling planet. So Virgo, Scorpio, Venus, the X, and yes. I feel, never mind. I'm not supposed to interpret those, but I just got a little hit and I was like, oh, somebody asked that question. Y'all let me know in the comments if that made sense to somebody. I'm not sure they were telling us the truth at the time, but the dice that we shall name. I know you lying to me. When you're starting out, it helps to. Is that Virgo? Yeah, that's Virgo. Okay, so y'all really might be dealing with a Virgo. Dang it, why does Mars come up? Mars is the only thing I don't have anything written for in the number 8. I don't have anything written for Mars. I just realized that yesterday with Leo. I don't know why. I'm gonna throw it again. Maybe this person has one of these signs in their Mars. I don't know. What is this? Uranus. Let's see, Uranus, the golden ore, Christ consciousness, and agape love. You're being challenged to become more than human. It's a call for change and growth in our consciousness. Your motivations are shifting from personal to spiritual. You got a lot of that going on here. The pilot of your soul's evolutionary drive or desire, just saying, is attracting outer events and situations into your life that reflect the inner needs. These provide the stepping stones for your spiritual growth. So this is a catalytic situation. You know how I was saying how Taurus seems very unbothered? I think past tense, this may have bothered you, you know? And I mean, in whatever way, it's like however it is that the situation you guys are in is kind of panning out, regardless of the specifics. I feel the way that you're approaching it now is markedly different than you may have in the past. But that kind of brings me back to what I was saying with this card, is needing to attune to the mindset that you are no longer living the same life that you lived prior to this. And if you want to have a starting point, it's when you clicked on this video, if you didn't think so prior to. You know what I'm saying? From the moment that you started watching this video, this is the part in your life where everything shifts and everything changes. You are no longer living the life that you used to live. You're no longer going to have the same experiences because now you possess wisdom and insight that you did not have prior to. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with Uranus, it says mental understanding of the higher planes of consciousness. Intuitive intellectualism. That's my favorite word that I made up. It's not really a word, it's 2 words. So I consider myself an intuitive intellectual. And you know, that's like gangster to like be intuitive and intellectual at the same time, moving right along. Realization that you are a walking miracle. Spirit and bone. Heaven on earth. A walking paradox. Applying practical methods to intuitive wisdom. This is beautiful. This is all about what the Magician card is about. To be an intuitive intellectual is to understand things like astrophysics and psychology and sociology, and understanding that there's a process and there's a method to everything. It's understanding that the creator, the all that is that we call God, the great mystery, is a very practical entity. Everything in this realm is scientific, it's geometric, everything has its ideal balance, much like the Temperance card, right? So the same here with the Magician. You know, that of which you are, right? So it's understanding how things work in the higher ethereal realm, but it's applying that practical wisdom of humanity, of different disciplines, to understand that the two explain each other and they're one and the same, right? Magic doesn't really exist per se, because magic is very practical. It's all about balance. It's a lot of chemistry. You know what I mean? Things of the sort. So that's what we're talking about there. So with the number 8, our good old little karmic number, that's representative of the Strength card. So y'all guys might be dealing with Leo, I don't know, but that's your arcana to meditate on this month. And it says deep-seated inner longing for symmetry and harmony. What did I just say? Are we souls having a human experience or happy accidents? I like how y'all readings just got so extra deep right fast, Taurus, but I'm here for it. You understand? So anyway, we're going to go over to Vimeo for the extended. If you're about that life, the link is below. If not, I still love to see you.